Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Heather Elizabeth. Welcome to Antique Agenda. I like to do a lot of thrifting and antiquing to decorate my home and also to put some items to share with my friends over in my Etsy shop. And enough time has passed where I have collected enough goodies to do a little haul, show you what I've picked up. Most of these are going to decorate my home. There is one thing in the haul that I am definitely putting in the Etsy shop, even though it's going to be awful hard because they're fabulous. I love them. At the thrift store, I found these together in a bag for $8. And they have a wonderful painted finish, a faux finish. They're very heavy. These are definitely cast iron, and you can kind of see from the back. There's some age on them, but I still think these are probably mid-century era. But great size, just perfect look. I love this. These would go. I really could just put them up here in the little studio here, but I can't keep everything. So these should be listed in a couple days. It might not be right up when the video gets uploaded, but it will be shortly if you are interested. So what did I get for myself? A few. It's not going to be a huge haul, but a few goodies. And I'm going to start with what I picked up at the Ark. I actually went into the Ark with my friend LeAnne. She has a YouTube channel, Crafted Kitty Vintage. She lives in Washington State, and she came down to visit me. So we spent almost a full week together. We found little bags, these little bags. They were $3 each of these wonderful crafting flowers. What I love about them is they're made with ribbons. Wonderful muted colors on these, right? A really nice little collection, and I got 2 bags of them. So these could be wonderful little accents all over the place. So maybe I will try to find a few areas and add them in so I can show you what I mean as far as adding a little vintage, romantic French brocante aesthetic to the decor in my home. So that was $6 on little flowers, but I still think it was a good value considering they're more of the ribbon style florals. And then at the same Ark, can you believe she was sitting at the Ark? I couldn't believe it. I always have a hard time finding these anywhere else but an antique store. So the fact that I found her thrifting it blows my mind really. But she does have a scratch on her eyeball, but I can touch that up. And she is going to join my collection of these little flapper dolls. These are made in Japan. They have the really fun 1920s flapper girl hairstyles. And I love them. They are in a wonderful little treasure box where they all hang out together in a little sorority. And I think that's everything I got thrifting. All the other stuff is from estate sales or antique malls. And when my friend LeAnne came, she started her trip over in Colorado Springs. So I met her down there and we did stop into Sweet William. And at Sweet William, I picked up a German paper mache or paper pulp. It's kind of just like cardboard bunnies. And I have been wanting these for a super long time. And this one actually looked different at Sweet William. This one was spray painted with a bright blue on the basket. And then right here it was a bright red, much more patriotic. So I decided to go ahead and paint over it. I kind of gave it a muted makeover, and I really think it turned out great. I love it. I'm very pleased. And I do have this little guy to go with it. Now this guy, I got an estate sale maybe 5 months ago. I don't even remember if I shared it in a haul. I was looking all over for these last Easter. So I am very happy now to have a little pair, and I will show you where I am putting these little bunny rabbits in my Easter display. I also took LeAnne to the Brass Armadillo here in Denver, And I did by myself a couple things when we went there. I really loved this frame. Again, my kryptonite. Look at the depth on it. It's very similar to the last really deep wood frame I found. But this was, you know, more antique store price. This was $32, but the antique booth owner was in the booth and he was nice enough to give me 15% off. So that was really nice of him. He was very, very wonderful to talk to. It's so nice when you're out shopping and you get to just chat with the booth owners and find out where they find their goodies, where they source. So that was a fun time. And I probably will in the future change this. It's all sealed up though, so I'm gonna have to wait until I find a really good image before I decide to take this thing apart and replace it. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and hang it up with the cats inside. And then also at the Brass Armadillo, I walked by this finial. And this is the kind of thing that just for the sculptural aspect, it's a crescent moon and I collect crescent moons. So I absolutely felt like I needed to take it home. It's definitely an older piece. I don't know if it is fully antique. I'm thinking it is. And I would love to know its history of what was this a finial on? What was this adorning? I don't know. It's the kind of thing to keep me up at night, but I love it. So we're gonna find a way to display this as just a piece of art in my room here. And I have a couple ideas of how to kind of brace it and stand it up, and we will see which one works best. So we'll do that at the end of the video. And what else? I still have a few things in the haul here to show you. I have this little teeny tiny chocolate mold that I got in an estate sale, but I do collect teddy bears, antique and, you know, older vintage teddy bears. I'm just gonna use this as a fun extra display piece. And then at a different estate sale, this little mirror. It's dark. It does have a bracket to hang, but because you can see your reflection, but it looks all dark and smoky, which actually could be really cool for Halloween. But my plan was to remove the bracket and use this mirror as a display base for something. I don't have a plan for it yet, but I just thought this would be a really nice base. And so I did grab it for future display options. Also at an estate sale, I got one of my favorite things to thrift. If you remember that video, I love finding antique silver plates. And one of the easiest ways for me to recognize it is if it says quadruplate on the bottom. And I found this beautiful quadruplate serving dish. And most of you are saying, oh, nice, a serving dish. Good for you. But if you get really close up to it, I might have to add a picture. I have to get up close with a picture, but on four corners, here, 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 are these little sculpted heads. There's a little cherub heads coming out of the dish. It's like a haunted dish. And it's gorgeous. I mean, look at the detail. Look at the shape. It's beautiful. So I was really thrilled to find this one. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. This kind of thing just really gets me excited. It's fancy and scary. All right, this next piece is a bit large, but I couldn't resist because it was such a great price. This was $12 for the frame and the beautiful print. And I had a hard time leaving it there, so I didn't. I took her home. It's beautiful. The frame is in great shape. I wish it wasn't so flat. The paint makes the detail look kind of flat. So I would love to maybe remove some of the paint, give it a little more depth, but I couldn't say no. So I got a portrait that now I'm gonna have to try to prep and see if I can get it on the wall. Okay, here she is. I did manage to hang her up on the wall, and I did try to remove some of the paint. It was very stubborn and did not want to come off. I just did a little sanding here and there. It's really gently distressed, but that's all right with me. I think she looks great up here, and I'm glad that I decided to go ahead and bring her home. I also picked up some baskets. I forgot that I thrifted some baskets, so I'll show you those real quick. Okay, so did I need baskets? Of course I didn't need them, but again, you know how this style of basket is so good, and I can't walk away. So I did pick this up. This was $6. I absolutely love the willow baskets that are more handmade in construction, where you can just feel the quality. And then this one was half off, so it was $10, and then half off, it was $5. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I mean, just perfect for a table. It's like a beautiful, low, shallow flower picking style of a basket. I was also thinking I could display it this way. So again, I saw it on the shelves and I had to take it home. All right, so that's everything I got. Now let's go see if we can play around and find a wonderful way to display that crescent moon. All right, so this piece it's heavy brass, and I tried the shoe form. It's way too light to be able to balance the weight, so that is not a good stand. I really was hoping this lamp base would work. If it was just a little bit smaller, it would be perfect. But even though it looks great like this, I wanted the base to sit on the lip. Instead, it's balancing on the bottom of the screw here. So it's just still very wiggly. If this lamp base was a little taller and a little bit smaller in diameter, I think it would have been perfect. It's definitely the style in my head I was thinking of. And then I did try this napkin ring, and the napkin ring works. And then the second option is this flower frog, where the screw actually could nestle in one of the squares, and it's fairly secure. It's not going to go around, wiggle around very much, and the width is appropriate. Aesthetically, this is not what I had in mind. This is the best choice for a base right now. And I think I'm going to see if I can keep an eye out for maybe a smaller lamp base like this one. Just look out for some small lamps at thrift shops that maybe I could harvest the base. I think I'm going to go with the flower frog just because I like the security of it. And I will find a spot over on my vanity to put this beautiful finial. So we're going to try to tuck this right in here. That way the flower frog isn't going to be super visible behind this tray. So I think this looks pretty darn good. I'm really happy with this find, so I'm glad I found a way to prop it up and display it. All right, that concludes the haul. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Let me know if you had a favorite thing that I brought home. And if you're a new visitor, I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you have not, and hit the bell notification so you are notified every time I upload a new video. All right, I want to thank everyone for watching. Until I see all of you again, take care of yourselves, and bye for now.